Okay, we're good. I'm 100% focused this time. I'm ready.
No more screw-ups.
No more screw-ups.
Take number 7.
We've got voice waves.
Voice waves.
Voice waves happening. The computer... What's wrong with me today?
Alrighty.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Uneducated Opinions podcast. I'm your host, Andy, and this is Steve, my co-host. It made me sound like the main host. I am also a
Fuck this guy. He's already the main host of multiple other podcasts. He can get fucked off.
I'm a co-host. Steve is a co-host. We're both co-hosts.
Yes.
We're equal partners in this project.
Yep.
One of us brought more equipment to the table, but, you know...
I'm trying to catch up. I'm sorry. Andy already had everything organised before we started. It's not my fault. So I think something we should mention first off, how do you feel about how long it took us to manage to get our first episode up?
You know what? It was a huge annoyance. When I first started doing a podcast a long time ago... Man, this is the earliest I've ever brought up my other podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about it.
The first time I did it, it took like a minute, and then Apple was like, your podcast is accepted.
Really?
Yeah, and that was like 3 years ago. And now, how long does it take? Like 5 weeks?
Yeah. Do you think maybe because it was 3 years ago, podcasts weren't as big then, and like there wasn't a massive backlog of podcasts?
Probably.
People trying to get approved?
Yeah, I think so. That is what has happened, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, Uneducated Opinions podcast. The reason we do this is when you're at a pub or out with friends, you have 2 beers.
We do.
And then the conversation just starts flowing.
Yep.
It's cool because we talk about everything and everything. Everything and anything.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything?
Anything and everything makes more sense.
Yeah. But really you have no idea what you're talking about.
None at all.
And oftentimes when you finish, like you go home, you wake up the next day, you're like, I think I was full of shit.
Yeah, 100% of the time you're full of shit.
and that's what we're doing tonight, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think before we crack our first beer, something that I spoke to you a little while ago about that I thought we should do is every now and then go back through, look at the beers that we've tasted. I'd hope one day to have like a little poster or something that we'll do. And before we taste our next beer of the day, out of the last 3 beers we've done, so we had the Swindler, the Peroni, and the Furphy, give them a 1, 2, 3.
Okay, like a rating?
Yeah.
You want me to rate them first?
Yeah, you go first. Start from your least favourite to your favourite.
Okay, so my least favourite would be... I don't know. In the past I would have said the Furphy. But
yeah, because I was listening back to the podcast and you said before we tasted that you didn't like it.
Yeah,
really.
But then I did like it on the day. So I'd say the Peroni is the most bleh of the beers.
Yes.
I think I'm cultivating a taste for beers.
Well, you know what's funny? I think maybe the fact that... Because you just recently started getting into darker beers as well. Like, that wasn't an all-time thing, right? Like, it's been pretty recent. You got into... Like, you were drinking a 2 years old the other day at your place. And I think maybe Furphy being that slightly hoppier beer, tasting that fraction darker, maybe that's where it's come from now that you're just growing that taste for it.
So I think if I was to rank my beers from best to worst, from worst to best, I'd go Peroni.
Yep.
Then I would go Furphy.
Yep.
And then I would go your beer, the Lashes.
Yep.
Wait, was it?
No, so it wasn't a Lashes, it was James Squire, but it was the Swindler.
The Swindler, that's it.
Yeah.
And in 4th place, I'm just going to call it right now, it's going to be the BP.
Okay, so my list is pretty much exactly the same. I'd be going the Peroni, then the Furphy, then the Swindler, but I can say pretty safely after this one that the VB is going to be at number 1.
Number 1?
No, the VB will be slotting into number 2, I would say.
We can crack them. I have a question.
Yep.
You gave me your numbers, but you didn't give me the reasoning. And I'm curious about the reasoning.
I think I've found... So the reason why I just like the Swindler for taste. Let's just say that to begin with. And I was never really a massive fan of anything pale or any fruity beer. I was never really a massive fan of. But I guess like dark beers for you, they've really grown on me recently. And the reason why I really like the Swindler is because they're just easy drinking. They're really easy drinking. Like, they're the kind of thing that you can take out by the river, sit down next to the water, and you can comfortably sip them without that sort of, after you've had 3 or 4 beers, you start to get that little bit of this isn't as refreshing anymore.
Yeah.
They stay refreshing. They're refreshing the whole way. Yeah. Whereas if I were to drink VB down by the river, the first 2 would be gold, but then after that, it starts to get that peter off. Yeah. And then the Furphy, I said Furphy at number 2, yeah. So the Furphy at number 2, I don't really know why. I think it's just because I dislike Peroni. It's not that I really like Furphy, it's just I'm not a massive Peroni fan.
And that's from a previous bias, or is that from
also because I think like you said, they're a little bit bland. Like, they're a bit of a blander beer. There's not really that much flavour to them. At least the Furphy, like, it's got that real hoppy taste. I enjoy that really hoppy taste. I don't mind it. And then the Swindler, it's got that really fruity tropical taste that I've been enjoying of late. And then the Peroni is just a bit, there's not really much to it.
Oh yeah, and if anyone's curious and watching the video, behind us we do have some sweet potato cooking.
Yeah.
That's part of our dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm. So at some point throughout the episode, I'm going to need to stand up and turn those. They can go another 10 minutes before I turn them. Do you like sweet potato crisp?
Yeah, I don't mind crisp.
Okay.
I'll eat it whatever way you wanna cook them.
Cool.
This is far superior than our last podcast, where we trekked out into the middle of the mountains and didn't get to eat food.
No, however, the heat coming from the oven is similar to the heat of the sun. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I'm starting to sweat.
It's not as bad. I'm so thirsty though.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's right. We don't need to cheers.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm so thirsty.
So, cheers.
Cheers. It's such a bad habit not cheering, isn't it?
So Andy said to me before we started, I said, are we going to have 1 or 2 beers today? And he said, we'll have 2 for sure. And then when I told him it was VB we were drinking, he was worried if you get through half of one.
This is going down very easy.
Are you still feeling the same? I think because we've managed to be really wanting something to drink before we start each time, and that's made us enjoy every beer so far.
Yeah. Wow. Who would have thought that, like when I walked in today to the house, I was like,
he better not be serving VB.
No. Kind of. I was like, I really want to have a VB. Oh, no, that is not what
Okay.
I don't know what is wrong with me today, Steve. I thought, I really want a beer. I don't want to ask for one until we start recording. And that's kind of why I wanted to record straight away. Because I wanted to drink.
Fair enough. I think before we even go about the beer, the bottle tops, half the reason I like VB is they've got questions on them.
Really?
Or statements. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
It's true or false. The biggest wallaby, as in the animal, is taller than the smallest kangaroo. The biggest wallaby is taller than the smallest kangaroo.
I'm going to have to say, I'm going to act like I know
anything about kangaroos.
Now, if you're an international listener, a wallaby and a kangaroo, they're both marsupials.
Yep.
And a marsupial is a mammal that has a pouch.
Yes.
Right?
And they're very similar animals as well.
They are.
They're very,
Do you know what the difference between a wallaby and a kangaroo is?
Tell me.
I also don't know.
One is smaller and one is bigger, typically.
Yeah.
So wallabies typically much smaller. They're also generally, their nose is a bit shorter and fatter as well. In a wallaby.
So you actually know this?
I have wallabies and kangaroos at home. Yes. A kangaroo is generally bigger, a bit slimmer, a bit of a leaner animal, and the wallaby is generally a little bit shorter, stumpier, and a bit of a shorter, stumpier snout as well. That's generally the best way to tell them apart. And then you even have, out of my place, we have wallaroos, which is a cross.
Yeah. Oh, so they can interbreed.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Alright, so my answer to your original question is true.
False.
Wait, false in what way?
False, as in the biggest wallaby is not taller than the smallest kangaroo. So even the smallest kangaroo is still taller than the biggest wallaby.
You made it sound very much like it was true. Because I thought I was tricking you into telling me the answer.
No, I was never tricking you into telling
You were
the
like,
answer.
generally, the sizes of
Yeah.
like, generally or like always? By saying generally, it's not the case.
Well, generally that's how you can tell them apart. I think this question is definitely going to be dictated by adults as well.
Yeah.
Like the smallest adult and the biggest adult. Because obviously a Joey kangaroo is going to be smaller than an adult wallaby.
Alright, I want to play a game with you.
Okay, go.
Before I read my bottle cap, which I think mine's a trash bottle cap.
I thought mine was pretty trash as well, but I just sold it. That's how you play the game.
It is. We're going to play a game. We're going to name marsupials. And the person that can't name a marsupial loses. It's like we'll go 1 for 1.
Okay, fine.
Alright, you go first.
Okay, kangaroo,
The wallaby.
wombat,
Echidna.
platypus.
Does a platypus have a pouch?
Yes, it does.
It does?
It
Quokka.
Did a bilby have a pouch?
I don't know what a bilby is.
You know, like the bilby Easter eggs that you get, they're extinct now. I think bilbies had a pouch. Bilby.
The Easter eggs are extinct or that?
No, the
Bilby.
bilbies are extinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Koala. Wait, does a koala have a pouch?
Yes. Yeah, it definitely does. Can we go interspecies? Like
Wallaroo now.
like subspecies?
Like a red kangaroo?
Red kangaroo. Possum.
Do possums have pouches? Like
I think
Australian
so.
possums?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Are we just naming Australian animals now?
No, I think possums have a pouch.
Funnel web spider.
Oh, yeah, I'm all out now.
Alright, I'll concede to that one. Cheers. Let me read my bottle cap. Australian Douglas Mawson reached the South Pole before the British. Legend. This is just a statement.
Oh, okay, so a question. Alright, I was waiting for a true or false. I was going to be like, we're pretty close.
Well, congratulations, Douglas Mawson. You
Congrats.
are pretty cool.
There you go.
Speaking of Antarctica, I have a friend going to Antarctica.
Yeah, Seb. Shout out to Seb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we got, as soon as we made that post, we got way more plays than I thought we were going to straight away.
Oh, how many plays do we have on episode 1?
Like 25?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't believe Jay
I thought we'd
started
get like
listening
2
to it.
people. Did they?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Jay
I got-
like listen to it.
Oh, Jane Morosi.
Yeah.
I thought you said Jane.
Oh, no.
No, she definitely listened to it.
They might. I told them that Shannon was heavily featured on that episode.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know until I listened to it. We have a lot of inside jokes.
Yes, I know. We probably need to cut those out because people don't understand them.
No, I don't care.
No?
This is about me and you.
Okay.
And our relationship and what we would normally talk about. I don't want anyone
about growth.
outside dictating what I get to talk about with you.
That's fair enough.
Because that's the fun of it.
That is the fun of it. That's true. I've actually, it's funny. I've gotten like a couple messages from friends and even a phone call from a mate today, from Pat today, about it. Like just saying like, oh, I gave it a listen. Like just that people actually even listen to it. It's I think half the reason why we've already had a fair few plays is because we both have a reasonable set of friends that will just because it's our podcast will listen to it.
Yes.
Like which helps a lot.
I kind of like it that it was mainly our friends that listened to it. Like I don't think...
And it means like, and hopefully, and with some of the friends that listen to it, like you're coming out for drinks tomorrow night. Yes.
Oh yeah, to your sister.
Yeah. You're coming out for drinks tomorrow night, and we'll get like decent, like honest feedback from some of the people that are there. Whereas like,
I don't deal well with honest feedback.
nah, it'll all be good. I've listened back to it. It was fun. It was good.
What about the sound quality?
On the first one, yeah. Fuck off, Jay. Honestly. We had an accident. It was episode 1. I'm watching my feet this time. I'm not going to step out, hopefully. Make sure this one's still plugged in. It is. When I get over to the States, how are we going to try and do the podcast?
So apparently you can do call-in podcasts.
On Anchor?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how it works, but worst comes to worst is we'll figure some way out.
Yes, we can do Skype call or something.
Yeah, we'll do a Skype call or something like that. Alright, do you want to tell people where you're going?
Yeah, may as well. Next Thursday, so it's currently Friday. Next Thursday, I'm flying out of Sydney into LA for a connecting flight to Philly, and then I'm spending 2 weeks over in the States with my uni. Oh, beers and burps, I tell you. With my uni, visiting a couple of different sporting associations and institutions and that sort of thing. So visiting some different NFL teams, NBA teams, a couple of colleges over there. We're going to, I'm not even sure what the Adidas Institute does, but we're going over to Adidas, and then we're going over to the UFC Performance Center. We go see the performance coach for Cirque du Soleil, which would be pretty cool, I think.
That is very cool.
That would be very cool.
That's like my dream job.
Is it?
I don't know, maybe.
Human party trick.
Yeah.
So Andy's always said he wanted to be a human party trick. That's why he got into gymnastics and weightlifting and that sort of thing. Andy can do a backflip still, I think.
On a good day?
Yeah.
On a bad day?
Would you try it on a hardwood floor?
Like right now?
Like right now? You trust me to spot you?
It depends on how many of these we have.
I was reminiscing yesterday with Claire Sutherland at the gym about that.
Oh, about her coming to my gym? I also reminisce about that sometimes.
No, we were reminiscing about...
Because she's a member, but she doesn't go.
Yeah, she's paying a membership, but so
That's
Andy's
true.
basically robbing her at this point.
She's helping support the club that supports her.
That's fair. We had a night at Andy's place a while ago where Claire definitely drank too much scotch. And
a bottle is not that much.
And by about the halfway mark in that bottle, we were all trying to do handstand walking in Andy's backyard, and we were reminiscing on the fact that it did not end well for many of us, waking up with sore necks the next day.
Yeah, people were doing like handstand push-ups against the side wall. That was for my birthday.
Yes, probably was. When you were turning 19?
Yeah, something like that. Because I'm now like 21?
22?
Yeah,
22. Yeah.
Depends how long my beard is.
Yeah, you see, the upsetting thing for me is that you must have shaved your beard like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I shaved mine now 3 and a bit weeks ago, and yours is already better than mine.
Yeah, so it's really funny to look at so I've been obviously doing all the edits for the last 2 podcasts, and then I watched the first podcast, and then you look at the video, and it's like, alright, Andy had just shaved that day, and it's just growing, and I'm just giving it like little trims, but it's still like pretty long. How are these going?
Yeah, I'll probably turn those now.
Okay. And I want to tell you something that I want to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
Are there things that you're self-conscious?
Oh.
Ooh, smoke. Are there things that you're self-conscious about your body?
Yeah. Sometimes I worry that my dick will hurt people.
Mine are not so masculine.
Based? Fair enough, yeah.
I'm really self-conscious about the size of my pecs.
Your pecs?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
And obviously I do not bench very much, so...
Yes.
We
know that's true.
That is something that I'm worried about. And then I'm also worried about the size of my calves.
It's funny, weightlifters and CrossFitters alike have a strange thing about not having big calves.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Because I think guys like cyclists plan flex a lot, so they point their toes down a lot at the end stroke, so they use their calves a lot. That's why cyclists have such big calves. Runners have quite well defined calves because they have so much impact all the time, and obviously they plan flex on toe off all the time. And then, these are looking good. And then all weightlifters and CrossFitters tend to do. CrossFitters do a bit of jumping and a little bit of running, but nothing really overly weighted, you could say, like super loaded.
And the overall volume is a lot lower on those.
Yes, for sure. And weightlifters, unless they're jumping and doing targeted, and targeted calf work.
Close enough is good enough.
Good enough. And targeted calf work, I don't really think they do much that uses their calves. There's a little bit of activation and stuff in squatting, but and deadlifting, but it's mainly like co-contractions or stabilizing.
I like the way you put that. You've always been like highly calculated in taking risks.
Yes, I like where you're going with this. Yeah, okay.
Has there ever been a time? Oh, like, and when I talk about risk, usually it's like risk to physical injury.
Yes. Yeah.
But are you like that way with like rules and law enforcement, or just rules in general?
A couple of beers and generally not, but sober, yes. Well, there's those little things that everyone does. Like I definitely pick up my phone way too often when I'm driving, for example. But bigger things, like unless I'm under the influence, my risk taking is pretty low.
Okay.
Unless you include like smoking weed and stuff, in which case, like
You would never do.
I would never do, Mum. But as like general history, like those sorts of things, like or like when you were younger, drinking before you should be, is that sort of thing. But major risk taking, like law breaking, no, not really. Well, I guess it depends what you consider major. Hey.
Well, I'm not talking about major. I'm talking about minor.
Yeah, like.
Well, what's really been like on my mind lately is the fact that as you get older, things that matter don't matter, and things that
didn't matter do.
Mm-hmm. So when I was a kid, bills didn't matter. Now they do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure. When you're a kid, not being able to eat didn't matter. Now it does.
Yes, for sure.
When you're a kid, not being able to sleep didn't matter.
Now it does.
Now it does.
Yes.
And on the opposite spectrum, things that did matter back then don't matter now.
Yes.
Like when I was a kid, if a guy pushed me, that was like the end of the world. I'd be like, oh wow, like that guy pushed me.
Yeah.
We're biffing.
Yeah. What a fight?
Yeah. You put one VB in me and I instantly turn real ochre and start
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just made me remember a time when I was 14.
Yeah.
14? Well, how old are you when you're in year 8?
13, 14. 13, turning 14.
Yeah. And I peed my pants.
I know because it was only like 5 years ago for me.
Anyway, when I was 14, I peed my pants.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to tell you a story about why I peed my pants.
Okay, yeah.
I was in a musical as a kid.
No.
And the musical was between my school and our sister school, Hornsby Girls.
Okay. Just to clarify,
yeah.
25 minus us two means there's at least 23 listeners to this podcast. Are you sure you want to go down this road?
Yeah, I want to tell people my story.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's a defining moment for me.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember after this, I was like, I will never pee my pants again.
Okay, yeah.
Because of this reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just speaks to how I am now as an adult and
how you never want to pee your pants.
That, and also, and I'm going to preface this by saying, as a child, I had a real problem with going to the toilet outside of home.
Okay, yeah.
I was a clean freak.
Yeah.
And, like doing a poop outside at someone else's place, I'd be like, or like at a Portaloo or wherever.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Everyone's like that, just you're obviously...
Yeah, I was really bad.
Really extreme. Yeah.
And that changed because of this incident.
Yeah.
So I had this musical. It wasn't a big part. It was a school musical, and it finished really late. And I'd been drinking, obviously, a fair amount of water.
Yeah.
But I was a young kid, and by the time the musical finished, my dad was going to pick me up, and it was going to be really late. So I had to hang around at the school.
Yeah, okay.
And at the school, there was no boys' bathrooms. So I went looking for a boys' bathroom. The school was closed. So there's obviously a unisex bathroom inside because they're male teachers. Mm-hmm. But when the school's closed, the only bathroom left is the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, okay.
There are no people around. But my fear of breaking the rules stops me from going into that bathroom.
Yeah. I was wondering where you were going with this for a while. Yeah.
And I just walk, I just pace. I'm like, Dad will be here any moment. It's only 40 minutes home after that. I can do this. I can, I got this.
Yeah.
My willpower and my own way of being a law-abiding citizen
Yeah.
will carry me through. Good always prevails. That's not what happened though.
No.
I paced as much as I could, and then eventually, as I was about to blow, I was like, okay, crap, I'm gonna go behind a tree. Look for a tree, there were no trees around.
You may want to pick another analogy other than as I was about to blow. People may think we've segued into another story of yours.
I got a story about that too.
Yeah. And I was just too late, and that's how I had my first child.
Anyway, long story short, I peed my pants.
Yes. Yeah.
And on that day, I remember my dad rocked up. He was like, why are your pants wet? And I was like, we had a water balloon fight. I lost, whatever.
Yeah.
Dad, take me home. I have shit to do. But inside, it was a defining moment for me because I was like, you know what? Rules are somewhat dumb.
Yep.
I can do this. I can
go
break the rules.
Chick's
I'll
bathroom
go
if you have to.
chick's bathroom, men's bathroom, disabled bathroom. They're all mine now.
Neutral bathroom.
This is where I'm getting at.
Okay. Did I just fuck that up for you?
You did.
I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I apologise.
Anyway, the punchline of the story is that there are so many hang-ups about bathrooms these days.
Yeah.
And really don't give a fuck. Just use whatever bathroom you want.
Yeah.
The rules don't apply.
Yeah.
Especially if regular gender rules don't apply to you, then do whatever you want. Sorry, I had to go all over the place to get there, but
that's fine.
Thanks for ruining it.
No, I'm so sorry. So me and Andy said the other week that we should try and...
No, I was just coming up with that as I...
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. We were saying the other day that we should try and work some sort of a punchline into each podcast and see if we can get one in there. And Andy obviously had a good one that he was going to work in there, and I completely fucked it up for him, so I do apologise for that. And I might actually turn these off, hey?
Okay.
Like, I'll keep cooking, but like, so it doesn't keep heating up more.
Cool.
Sweet.
And to further that, with this rule breaking and whatnot, as I've gotten older, I've become less afraid.
Yeah.
And I think that's for the best.
I think it is, for sure. I think the rules that really matter are the rules that like don't hurt other people, and like those aren't rules that you break anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not a bad person. You're not going to go out and do something that's really going to hurt someone else. Like if we look at, for example, like I said, like smoking weed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like drinking when you're underage or when you're 16 and you're at a party and you have a big drink, like that. Those are things that are only going to, in any way, shape or form, if you even think that they're going to affect you, they don't really tend to have that much of a carry-on effect. Whereas the ones that we look at and go, oh, I'm not breaking that rule, they're generally rules that have some sort of an impact on someone else.
Yes. Well, here's my question to you then. You have 3 options. Public urination. Breaking into a woman's bathroom and peeing in there, which is like a societal rule that you don't break. And the third one is peeing yourself. Out of the 3, what do you choose?
Public urination.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Where's
public urination is like against the law, whereas peeing in a girl's bathroom is just like as long as no one's there.
No, I believe peeing in a girl's bathroom is against the rules.
Really?
I think it may be a law, yes.
Oh.
Because because I don't believe the charge is peeing in a girl's bathroom. The charge has something to do with harassment, I believe. Yeah.
Why do you know that?
Well. I've got a few minor rules. I really struggled to get into the States for next week, actually.
Really?
No.
We haven't talked about what these taste like.
Pure gold. Came straight from God himself. Brewed and bottled in heaven. Yeah. The very best Victoria bitter.
I really like VB's marketing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like what? What about it? I've put you on the spot and you didn't have anything.
I didn't. So, wait.
VB used to have some old school ads when the Wallabies were actually a fucking good rugby side.
Was that the Tuies that I'm thinking of?
As opposed to what we are now.
What are the VB? Are the VB ads the Heart and Thirst needs big cold beer?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
There is nothing more Australian than listening to those ads.
No, not at all.
And
Do you remember ages ago that it's a big ad?
yes.
Very big ad. Was that VB?
No.
Was that like Crown or something?
It was.
Oh, because they were wearing red and yellowy orange, I think.
Yeah. I forgot what ad
It
it is,
may have been
but
Crown.
it won a lot of awards. And I studied advertising, and it was one of the things that I was like obsessed with. That
Yeah,
ad.
that's such a good ad.
It is
That's
a good
such
ad.
a good ad. I think VB did an ad ages ago. I can never find it. I've tried to look it up on YouTube a few times and I can never find it. But it was an ad where three guys were like passing a footy in an alleyway, and then one of them's like taking an offload, and these other guys hit him and just put him through the brick wall, through the wall into a pub.
Yeah.
And he's like gotten up and grabbed a VB. Oh, I think it was a VB off the bench. I've never been able to find that ad again, but it was like my favourite ad of all time. These guys passing the footy around, guy gets clobbered through the pub wall, stands up, grabs a beer. I would have been like 12 when this ad was airing, but it sticks out in my head.
And you were here in Sydney,
Yes.
so it wouldn't be a Forex ad.
No, it definitely wasn't a Forex ad. No.
Yeah,
It was
why not?
Forex, I think, when I was 12. That's 10 years ago.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, well, I should know. Well, how old was I when you were 12? Like
11? Beer number 2. I should also say that I really do think, not that I do enjoy the taste of VB. I'll say that I do enjoy the taste of VB, but I think a lot of the reason why I like VB, it's almost a bit of a pastime thing. It's like when I first started going out when I was 18, me and my mates drank VB upon VB upon VB. So now when I'm generally drinking Swindlers or Lashes when I'm out or something, when I go to someone's house and they're like, "Do you want a VB?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." I think it might be a little bit of nostalgia outside of the fact whether if it's actually like one of my favourite beers to drink.
Yeah. And that plays a huge role in just how we perceive everything, right?
Yeah.
Do you have another question for me?
No, but I have a good statement. People who read the back of bottle caps are statistically better looking.
Aha.
There you go.
Let me read it. Right, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this beer.
Okay, yep.
It is not as easy drinking as a Peroni.
No.
It is not as sweet as the Swindler.
Nope.
And it is not as hoppy as the Furphy.
No.
It has a very strange taste for a beer, like compared to all the beers that we've drunk.
Yep.
It's not light. It's quite full. And like it really just fills me up.
Mm-hmm.
Full of love. And
That first sip.
and I don't know, it's almost like a meal. That's what I feel like drinking this.
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
really-
It's fairly heavy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy beer. And also, I don't think... So, a bitter is actually like a subcategory of beer. I think it's a subcategory of a lager, isn't it? A bitter? Do you know? Anyway. It like VB is... So, Victoria Bitter is actually a...
Beer?
Yes, it's a beer, but the bitter is a subcategory of beer, and we haven't had
Any other bitters?
any other bitters. Yes.
What other bitters are there?
Melbourne bitter,
Ah.
and that is as far as my knowledge goes. Melbourne Bitter is good though. I like Melbourne Bitter. It's just like VB, but in a long instead of like. What was it? That's a good question. So VB has its short stubbies.
Yeah.
So what is? It's not a long neck, but like what Tui's comes in. What is there a different name for the way the glass is shaped?
Oh, like this compared to
Like a Tui's or a Peroni.
I don't know. I always
I think a VB is pretty much the only one that's stocked in this, isn't it?
Yeah, but what size is this? It's still the same size. I think it's just 375. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same size as regular beer. It's just different shape.
You know a funny realization that I came to today? I've always thought when girls go through like half a bottle of wine with their friends and they're a little bit drunk after half a bottle of wine, because I'm not a wine drinker, and this can make me seem really stupid, I always sort of sat back and went, how the fuck are you drunk after half a bottle of wine? And then I only just realised today that most bottles of red wine, for example, are like 5% stronger than a beer. I did not realise that at all. I always thought, like, I think it was because of the connection that I made between beer and wine. Like, people drink beer and they drink wine, that they were pretty much the same.
Yeah.
As far as like alcohol content goes, but they are not. And that is why people get fucked up off wine. So if you're wondering, it's because there's a higher percentage of alcohol and people get fucked up by drinking more standard drinks.
Yeah, I get that. Do you know how many standard drinks you get out of, how many drinks you get out of one bottle of wine?
The bottle of red I was looking at today was 8.4.
Yeah, so generally you get 8 drinks out of a bottle of wine.
Whereas one of these you get 1.4.
Have you ever seen a wine glass that has a little line on it?
Yeah, that's where you're supposed to pour to.
Yeah.
As opposed to where people generally pour to.
Yes.
Which is about twice that.
So if my auntie Lizzie is ever listening to this podcast, she likes to pour big glasses of wine.
You ever see those
double.
memes? Do you ever see those memes that are like, the doctor said I'm allowed 1 glass of red, and it's like a fishbowl full. It's like, you didn't specify.
No, you did not.
Is a glass an actual unit? So you know how a cup is 250 mils?
Yeah.
Is a glass a unit of measurement? Like, does it have a particular glass, a particular millage?
I have no idea.
No idea?
No idea at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought like a standard drink thing is a actual, useful term of a drink. But like, this is 1.4 standard drinks. And
Yeah.
I like that it has that, because then I'm like, okay, so I can have
2 in the first, 1 every hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Because what are the standard... You know what? I don't know. I also don't know sizes. Like, what is... Like, sizes of glasses that you buy. Like a pint. What is a pint? What is a schooner? What is a yard glass?
Pint, 500 mil. Schooner, I think 345.
Yeah.
345 mil. Stein, litre. Midi, 200 or 220. I think.
Okay, what kind of person
Shop, 30 mil.
goes to a bar and says, "Hey, can I get a midi of VB?"
Yeah, fucking losers. No, the only person that does that is
Tasting platter?
Tasting platter. Yeah, no, hasn't been laid in a very long time.
So are you telling me that I should be...
You should be drinking middies, my friend. You should be drinking middies. The only reason you would drink a midi is if you really don't like light strength beers and you're driving, so having 1 midi you can be like, okay, that's my 1 standard drink, as opposed to having 1 schooner of a light beer and being like, okay, that's my 1 standard drink. Yeah. They're just people trying to follow the rules, mate.
But I don't follow the rules. I pee wherever I want now.
As long as it's in a toilet.
No, I'll pee anywhere nowadays.
Yeah, back the bus.
Yeah. If I need to. It's better than having wet pants.
Wet pants when you get to the pub.
Wet pants sucks, man.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
No, I've been there. Everyone's been there.
Cool.
Yeah.
But at 14... What was the latest that you peed your pants?
The bed or my pants?
Well, either or.
The bed would have been like around 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
I think
did you pee your bed at 14?
It was probably one of those ones where I woke up and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. Went back to sleep, woke up. Fuck, should have got out of bed. Either that or it was a massive blow. And time before that, like, would have been kindergarten. It was kindergarten. I don't even really remember it, but I have a friend that every time I see him insists on bringing up the time I peed my pants in kindergarten because he apparently remembers it so vividly. Sam, fuck off next time I see you.
Where is the worst place, most trouble, where you've thrown up after a big nap?
Oh, have I told you this story already?
I don't know.
I did. I told you this story at your house and you threw me on the bus. Alright, so worst place I ever threw up. I had a friend from Borco pick me up to go to a mutual friend's 21st in Campbelltown. And we went there to this party. It was his 21st, drinking, having a good time. And I was supposed to go home with this guy because he was driving. And basically what had happened was we'd had a lot of drinks and I was talking to this girl and I was 100% in there. So I was like, I'm not going to leave this party. And the guy who was hosting, whose 21st it was, said to me, hey, look, the train station's just down there. We can drop you at the train station tomorrow morning. You catch a train back towards home and then just catch a cab home from there. And I was like, beautiful, we'll do that. So he left. My lift is gone. Everyone else is either staying the night or going the opposite direction from Campbelltown. Anyway, I'm hanging out with this girl and then jelly shots come out. Jelly shots are the bane of my existence to this day because I can smash 7 or 8 jelly shots in as many minutes and then realise only about 10 minutes later how much I fucked up. So, we smashing jelly shots. The girl was also smashing jelly shots and she ended up sick in the garden. So I was like, not doing that now. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. They set up a couch for me. Really polite, set me up a couch. I would lie down on the couch and almost the minute my head hits the pillow, projectile all over their living room. Their living room, their carpet. Oh, there was a rug. It was a rug, their coffee table, their couch, their pillows that they gave me, their blankets. I ran outside, finished up in the garden. By the time I finished throwing up in the garden, the dad came out and was like, Steve, look, we've cleaned everything up, you're all good, come in, lie down, we've laid down some towels and stuff, like, come in and go to sleep. And I was so embarrassed, and I was like, I'm not coming back in. I'm like, I'll just show myself out. And as soon as I said I'll show myself out, he was like, okay. And I was like, I really pissed you off because you're just like, looking back at it now, I'm like, he was really annoyed with me because I didn't really know, I'd never met the family before, so It's not like I was a close friend. It was a guy I went to uni games with. I knew him kind of, like, he invited me because we had some really good times at uni games. Funnily enough, because I always get real fucked up. So I'm not sure what he was expecting. But then, yeah, so I was like, no, I'll show myself out. So I have patches of me blurry-eyed on the phone to a taxi service. Like, Uber wasn't really big, so you definitely wasn't getting an Uber from Campbelltown.
I'm like getting an Uber from Campbelltown anyway.
Yeah. On the phone, and rather than doing the smart thing, and by this point it was 4 a.m. in the morning, doing the smart thing and walking to the train station, hanging out for an hour and probably getting the first train back into the area, I'm on the phone to a cab service, blurry-eyed, trying to figure out what the street I'm on is and what the house number is.
Because you don't want to go back in and ask.
Because I don't want to go back in and ask. End up getting a cab. I'm lying flat on my back as the cab driver arrives. He lets me in. He goes, where are you going? I tell him, Kellyville from Campbelltown. And he's like, I'm going to need a $180 down payment before I take you because it's going to be an expensive cab ride. I can't have you bailing. Drunk me is like, tap my card. So I tap my card.
Which they're not meant to do anyway, right?
No, not really, but they're cabbies, they're pretty fucking stingy. Tap my card, he takes me all the way, and I was like, what if it's not a $180 cab ride? I asked him, and he was like, then I'll refund you the money. I was like, okay. Sure you will. Even drunk me was like, that's not fucking happening. Anyway, I got there, and it was like another $50 on top of the 180. So it ended up being like a $230 cab ride. He may have gone the most roundabout way in the world.
You would have
added
no
extra
idea.
charges, and I would have absolutely no idea. So yeah, that's my drunk story. Mitch, if you ever listen to this, I'm really sorry about your couch. I don't think I've seen him since. Like, I'm so embarrassed about that night. Like, I feel so bad. I've seen him once or twice at a CrossFit comp, funny enough. But, yeah. That's my worst place I've ever thrown up, to go full circle back to your actual question.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bad night.
That is bad.
Yeah. The only other really bad one that I've had, I sound like an absolute mess, but the only other really bad one I had, and I don't remember a piece of this one, but was you dropping me off after drinking at Wallace's house. And apparently, the story that I've heard from Mum, I was fresh 18 at the time, the story I've heard from Mum was she knew I was in a bad way when she heard you come and put the key in the door for me and open it up. Because apparently I spent 3 or 4 minutes trying to put the key in the door and I couldn't get it.
Because I'm a good friend.
Yes,
and
you are. I didn't drive straight off. Otherwise I would have been on the fucking garden. And the house at Kellyville, for the new owners, if you go into the upstairs bathroom, not the ensuite, and look at the roof, there is still vomit stains on there. Projectile, man. It was a big night. That's what you get for trying to keep up with an experienced drinker that is 40 kilos heavier than you in NAIF.
Yes, yeah, he can drink. That was a funny night. Because I remember...
Was it? I don't remember.
I just remember rocking up, and I remember you guys playing beer pong and a few other games.
You picked me up. Did I pick you up? Yeah. I bought a case of Carlton Dry. I remember all this. I bought a case of Carlton Dry. You picked me up from BWS at Kellyville, and we drove from there. I walked down there from home, grabbed a carton of Carlton Dry, waited for you there. You were 15 minutes late, as usual, and then we went to Wallace's place from there.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
I do run on Andy time.
Yes, you do run on Andy time.
Yeah, that was a good night.
It was a good night. I miss those guys.
Wallace and stuff. Well, they've all moved on, right? Wallace isn't here. Shannon and Jane don't like you.
Oh.
They do like you. They do like you. I think they like you. I don't know.
It's hard to tell with those two.
I mean, the easy way to tell is to ask. Be like, hey, do you guys
Shannon still invites me out for beers and stuff, which I feel bad about because I always turn him down. I'm always busy.
Maybe that's why they don't like you. Because you seem to find time for me.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. No, but I should actually ask Shannon to go out and get a beer though, like when I'm free. Because he always asks me on like a Sunday afternoon or something where I'm like, I really need to get ready for the week coming.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty awkward because I was like, hey, you guys come to the thing tomorrow? And they're like, what thing tomorrow? I was like, never mind.
What thing tomorrow? Oh, Kate's thing?
Yeah.
Bring him.
Well, like, I think they've made plans now.
Oh, okay, right.
But, like, it's not my place to invite people to someone else's day.
I didn't even invite you to this. You actually got an invite from my sister.
I know, that's why I was, like, really surprised. That's why I'm coming. But
hopefully Beck shows up, too.
Yeah, I
doubt it. I doubt she'll be there. Yeah.
I do like her, though. I like hanging out with her. She's
a
cool person. Do you know what the longest running TV show is in Australia?
Neighbours?
No. It's more boring than that.
Fiction or non-fiction?
It is non-fiction.
Non-fiction. So it's a news station of some sort. 60 Minutes?
No.
Sunshine? Wake Up With Today?
No.
I don't know that.
Four Corners.
Don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the bottle cap told me.
Okay. Yeah.
The longest running TV show in Australia is Four Corners. 54 years.
Wow.
But this is something that I've actually had a conversation about today with someone. What do you think is the longest running, not the longest running in length, but just like the most number of episodes TV show ever? It's a pretty easy guess. You'll get it.
Friends?
No. Fuck no.
I don't know.
Friends? They're only at like 333 episodes.
Okay. Dick. I don't know.
Guess again. Surely you'll get it.
Nah, I doubt I'll get it. I don't watch much
animated.
Oh, Pokemon?
What? No! Simpsons.
Oh, Simpsons. Oh, yeah, is an obvious guess. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is definitely an obvious guess. Yes.
Damn, I can't believe you didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I haven't watched Simpsons in years.
Neither have I.
Yeah, well, you were talking about it today. That's why you know it.
Yeah, I could have even guessed that. Someone was like, "What's the biggest tip?" I would have been like, "Simpsons."
Yeah, they'd ask it like that.
They wouldn't. Words.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't have understood them if they asked it like that.
No. What do you reckon is what are the other TV shows that you think would be up there? And after we go through this topic, we can eat.
I do not know. I genuinely don't know. I don't watch TV person. I'm not a big TV person, no.
See, I am a big TV person.
Do you have a favourite TV series of all time?
Yes.
What is it?
Scrubs.
Scrubs? Okay, I really like Scrubs. I really like Scrubs. I really like, you know what I really, really liked? The first 2 seasons of Skins.
Okay. The UK Skins? Or
the
US
UK Skins, not the US Skins.
Yeah.
Average.
Yeah. Skins is pretty good.
You know what is a show...
Kush really likes Skins.
Does she? You know what is a show that has really gone downhill? Only because they've run out of shit to fucking do, and they're at like season 14. But...
Law and Order SVU?
Yes. But that I still really, really enjoy watching, and that I will still buy the DVD set when it comes out. Is
Game of Thrones.
No, is Supernatural. Yeah.
Steve. A CW show?
Yeah, I love it. It's the best. It's like a whole family thing too. Like when we buy the DVD, me and Mum will sit down and watch it.
Dude, the guy that started it left in season 6. You're on season 12 now.
13.
13.
Actually 14.
The guy that created the show, Eric Kripke.
Yeah, Kripke.
He left the show to pursue things that mattered.
Yeah, well, I still watch it.
What are Sam and Dean up to nowadays? The apocalypse came and went in season 6.
Yeah, but now God is around. And now God is gone again.
God the Rider?
No, God.
Yeah, God wasn't God the Rider that...
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yeah, actual God.
Yeah, so I thought that plot point left already.
Yeah. No, but then he had to come back and stuff and sort some shit out. Yeah.
I see. So is it actually good or is it...
Yeah, I still like it. It's terrible, but I still like it.
Yeah.
But again, that's one of those nostalgia things.
Yeah, okay. Did you watch that with your mum?
Yeah.
Since a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I have that with friends with my mum.
I think they just like looking at... I think Mum just likes looking at Jared Padalecki and stuff.
Yeah.
The actors. I think
what's his name? Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles. Wow. Yeah, I don't think they're that good looking.
No, Dean's not that good looking. Sam's pretty good looking.
I was about to say the opposite.
Wait, yeah.
I was about to be like, oh yeah, I get Dean, but I don't really get Sam. Is it the long hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see it.
No?
But I do like that it's a show that doesn't take itself really seriously. It doesn't.
Poor writing.
Yeah, I mean, the writing is, it's very aware of itself. It's super meta as well.
Yeah.
Even though those two constantly make references that they shouldn't be able to make. Like Dean and Sam, they always talk about things, they'll reference, House, or, a TV show.
Yes.
But,
and they get away with it.
How do they have time to watch these TV shows when they're hunting all the time?
I don't know. They spend a lot of time just sitting down.
They don't spend a lot of time sitting down.
They do.
They don't.
That's where all the gaps in time are. Just sitting down eating hamburgers and drinking beer.
They're kind of like us, except, instead of hunting monsters, we hunt nothing.
Nothing at all. I realised that was an open joke to make, and I decided against making it.
Yeah. I was hoping you were going to...
Yeah, I decided against it.
I have been hunting before. I hunted a fox once. I didn't kill it. I did not hunt the deer.
No, but you were there.
No.
No?
No, I ended up doing something else. And I was there when they butchered the deer, but I wasn't there for the hunt.
They didn't butcher the deer on the hunt?
No, they brought it back home and did it at home.
Did they gut it when they were...
They gut it up,
okay,
yeah. They gut it up.
I was going to say, you can spoil the meat doing that. I've done a little bit of hunting, as far as animal hunting goes. I got my first deer a couple of months ago. Yeah. Probably shouldn't talk about that on here. Oh.
I did. It's like open season. You can hunt them.
You're still supposed to have a rec license now. If you're on, even if you're on private property, you're supposed to have a rec license.
Oh, really?
For deer, yeah. Or a game license.
Why? The person that hunted the deer.
Yeah, that helped me. Yeah.
Was.
Yeah. There's no proof of anything. It's fun.
Well, there's proof if you come look in my refrigerator. I mean, my freezer.
For yours, no, but you're fine. You're fine. The guys that you did it all have it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
No, I was just talking about my own story.
I
Yeah,
see.
no, I didn't want to throw myself under the bus, which I have now done fairly fruitfully.
Do you want to leave it there?
Yeah, we can leave it there. I'm pretty hungry, so
Yeah,
start
I'm really
the
hungry
barbecue
too.
Cool.
Maybe do a round 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Guys, you can find what is this?
You can find the Uneducated Opinions podcast on Instagram at Uneducated Opinions, Facebook, the Uneducated Opinions podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links and stuff will be in the comments for the video. Thanks for listening.
You can find you.
Oh, yes, you can find me at SteveNorman250 on Instagram.
And you can find me at Train with Andy on Instagram as well.
Cool. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you guys will listen in next week, and we'll talk to you then.